welcome to the Life to the Full podcast, the podcast that helps you make the most of your time here on Earth. My name's David Morse and I am your host. Thank you very much for listening. If you are listening, then that probably means you are actually a friend of mine, or family, hi mum, or maybe this is an incredible podcast that's gone viral. Does podcasts go viral? Maybe it just gets really popular. Maybe the podcast has just got really popular over the years and you are coming back to binge listen from episode 1. A special welcome to you. It is actually a real privilege for me that you are listening. Your attention, your focus, your years are very precious, and the fact that you are giving me your attention is very, very humbling, and I thank you very much for doing that. Some people have a moment in their life where they know they will never be the same again. They'll never live life the way they have done before. They have a realization, I'm so fat and unhealthy, I'm going to die before I'm 40. I need to start running ultramarathons. Or they survive a car crash and have a mission to tell people how amazing life is, and they can't not live that life anymore. Or they wake up hungover after 10 years of being hungover every day and think, I know, I'm going to start a charity. For most of us, life is not quite like that. Life is just a series of smaller decisions that together slowly shape the rest of our lives. We never have that one life-changing moment. But because we haven't had that one life-defining moment, which means life's never going to be the same again, it doesn't mean we shouldn't be intentional about living life to the full. It's even more reason to take as many steps as you can towards living life to the full. Without that moment to shape our lives, we can actually be prone to the drift. We can be prone to just letting life happen to us. Life is pretty good and we never pay too much attention. And then all of a sudden we look back and wonder what happened. Almost all of life fits into one of 5 categories: relational health, physical health, mental health, financial health, spiritual health. Living life to the full means addressing all of these. It means not living with anxiety or fear. It means living to serve something other than ourselves. The Lion King taught us many things. Hakuna Matata. It doesn't matter, it's in the past. You can't run away from your fears. You have to face your destiny. Never trust your evil uncle called Scar. If you need that pointing out to you, then this podcast is really going to be handy. Also, there's more to see than can ever be seen, more to do than can ever be done. This podcast is for those people like me and my mate Tom who want to do all the things. Fadders who pick up a new interest every week. It's for anyone who's been told to just focus on one thing, and you can't because you want to do all the things. You want to do everything. There's no end to the things you can do to make your life better. I want to explore as many of them as I can for you. This podcast is also for those of you who are an expert at one of these areas. You may be a physical Adonis of health, but you've got no money left at the end of the month. You may be financially fit with your net worth going up every month, but your family life is a mess. Maybe you've accepted yourself for who you are and you're extremely mentally stable, but you're spiritually empty and wondering, what's it all for? Don't be so focused on one area to the detriment of the others. If you're operating at an extremely high level in every aspect of your relationships, your physical health, your mental health, your finances, your spiritual health, you're probably fine to just carry on as you are. If you've even got a remote interest in improving even a little bit in any of these areas, then stay tuned to learn a thing or two. Okay, so I get it. You've decided that you want to improve these 5 areas of your life. You want to improve your finances. You want to improve your mental health. You want to improve your physical health, your relationships, your spiritual health. Then why should you listen to me, some random guy on a podcast? Well, what I thought is I'd invite my wife on the show to give you a little insight into what it is, why she's still with me after 15 years.
So Dev asked me the question, why should anybody listen to him? He asked me late at night, though, so I wasn't really prepared to answer. I don't do late at night very well. But the next day, it happened to pop into my mind, so I had to think about why I should listen to him, and actually thought probably the best person to ask is a person that has stuck with him for the last 15 years through all the highs and lows that life throws at it. Anyway, as I was thinking, I came up with 3 things of why I listen to Dav. Firstly, he finds joy in everything. It's not a fake joy, it's not a fake happiness, it's a deep-rooted joy that comes from down below, which can be a bit frustrating when I'm grumpy and you just want to wallow in those depths and he's all happy and trying to look for the positives, but actually it lifts our family and it lifts our spirits. If we were both grumpy, it would be a miserable place to be. So he focuses on what we do have and looks for the positives in everyone, which is a really good thing. He sees their potentials and then he helps them to find those potentials. Secondly, one of the reasons I'd listen to Dav is that he's one of the most chilled people I've ever met. He is not a worrier, where I am quite a worrier. And I know that when things get out of my control, I feel like I need a solution. But he encourages me to relax and to acknowledge that what's out of my control is out of my control and there's nothing I can do about it. He challenges me to think, what would worrying add to my life? And I know that all it does add is grey hairs and wrinkles on my forehead. So not a lot really, or nothing good anyway. So when I'm worrying, he kind of teaches me, well, if there's nothing we can do, let's just roll with the punches. And it just brings a real peace to the way I think about things. And it certainly allowed me to be freer in the way that I live and live my life more to the full. Thirdly, Davith is very determined and committed to those things that he really believes in, the things he finds he's passionate about. He doesn't give up with what he believes to be true. So, for example, our first 3 years of marriage at least were not easy. And I think one of the factors that has kept us going was Davith's determination and commitment to me, and his patience with me as well. He doesn't give up easily and he'll stick at it until we find the best solution. He looks for solutions, which I like because I'm a solution person. He tends to go through all the solutions, which is a bit more frustrating when you just want a solution. But nevertheless, by doing that, he comes up with the best solution for us as a family. So there we go, 3 reasons why I listen to Dav.
Thanks, babes. That's great. I'll stick that in the podcast.
So there we go. I am not an expert in any of these areas. In fact, I've got a lot to learn in many areas. But I have learnt a lot of things along the way. And all I want to do is just share with you things that have helped me improve all these 5 areas of my life. So there we go. Episode 1. All done. Now, I do thank you if you've been listening so far. I just want to assure you that things are going to get better. I'm going to get better at doing this. I'm going to get better at communicating my ideas, my thoughts, and I'm going to get better at helping you improve your life. So that just leaves us with time to thank our sponsors for today's event. The sponsor is davidmorse.com.
We all need a little bit of extra help sometimes. Maybe we need someone to show us how to build a website, or a personal trainer to keep us accountable when we're trying to keep fit. Sometimes we might just need a bit of guidance, instruction, motivation, and accountability when it comes to mathematics. If you or anyone you know needs any help with mathematics, I'm here to help. I've been teaching, guiding, encouraging, and educating students since 2005. Head over to davidmorse.com for more details.
Don't forget to join us for our 5-part series as we take a closer look at each of these 5 areas of physical health, mental health, spiritual health, emotional health, and financial health. Till next time, peace out.